Steve here with Jesse Townsend. Jesse's a personal trainer at Parkway Athletic Club in Reno. Thanks for being here, Jesse.
Yep. Thanks for having me, Steve.
I want to talk about something that I just get a kick out of, and it's these fake natties. They insult people's intelligence, saying that they're not on any gear, they don't use steroids, and obviously they are. Nobody can be that type of freak of nature at age 47, age 50, with 6% body fat. It's not, I don't know. But here's how I spot them. And I've seen a pattern. And what they do is when they're asked, because they're always pushed, and they know they're going to get pushed. Are you sure you've never used gear? Are you sure that you've never done a steroid cycle? And guess what the answer is? The answer is always a question. Go watch, go look, go research some of these, find some of these videos where these fake natties are asked this question. The answer is always the same that I've seen. And the answer is another question. So they say things like, why would I do that? Have you noticed that, Jesse? Or what are some of the ways that or you're 90, you can't always be 100%, but you can be 98% sure the person's lying, they're on gear, right?
Yeah. I think one of the simplest things whenever I get asked, I'll have clients that are working hard or friends that I talk to, in and out of gyms, or just people that I meet, and, they'll ask, mostly men that'll ask, and they're like, man, how do you know, how can you tell? And my first explanation that shoots out is it's real simple to me. I'm like, man, look, if you look at them and they look like what their body looks like is unnatural, however you want to come up with that, if that means that, their biceps are 22 inches and their waist is, 28 inches or 30 inches even, or however you want to go with that, probably not natural, it is basically just like that. Genetically, I think that most people can never achieve, some of these body goals and some of these things. And, it's just fact speaks for itself. Like in most things in life, man, if it, looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, it's probably a duck, right? So that's the simplest way that I think to identify them by. Yeah, and then this too, in the gym, I can see, and this is of course not everybody, but I see the guy that is flexing in the mirror. We'll just use guy as one to point out. Flexing in mirror, taking his shirt off every chance that, he might get. Has somebody taking pictures of him and he's jacked, right? Looks absolutely ripped, has no body fat, back might be showing, signs of juice by turning maybe a little bit purple is another thing that I see that happens to people. Not really sure why. But you can just tell that it just looks unnatural. And then you notice that this guy really didn't touch a weight the whole time he was in the gym. He might have moved a little bit of this and that around, but really just achieved a small pump and, day was over, right? And so, it's some of that stuff. It's like, man, no way can you just work out for 15 minutes, a few days a week when you're natural and achieve body compositions, that are ridiculously low and low body fats and all this muscle and, all this ridiculous strength. So I think some of it is obvious, man, to point out and see.
Yeah. It's, if someone looks like a gigantic anatomy chart, then they're using performance enhancing drugs. And, look, there's a lot of performance enhancing drugs that are considered natural, peptides, those are natural. Those aren't really drugs. And you can get help, but people should just be honest about what they're doing instead of giving the credit to the protein powder that they're selling. That's where it kind of gets disgusting. How do I look like a gigantic anatomy chart? How do I look like this? It's the protein powder that I sell. Why don't you buy some? You can look like me. Disgusting. All right, Jesse. Well,
Yeah.
Thanks for your input, and we will talk to you
Steve.
soon.